and I don't remember exactly the wording, but it's basically the average business loses um, $6,000 to $9,000 in profit per each 100K of revenue. That's my opening thing because I just want them to
Is
know
is
that
there
you're.
is there a reason why you state it that way instead of just saying 6 to 9%?
Um, yeah, because I want to make it real. I want to tie it to real dollars instead of as a percentage.
Interesting. Because I would have personally, I would have defaulted the other way. You're thinking that by saying for every 100K you're losing $6 to $9,000, you think that connects better for the average person? Is that what you're thinking?
Yep, that's what a chat says. That's what I think. I've talked to multiple people. They're like, "Oh yeah," because that's your dollar loss. We're not talking percentages. I wanted to make it concrete and real.
Yeah. So in my mind, you tell me 6 to 9% of 100K, I immediately calculate $6 to $9,000 in my head. So I don't know what.
Yeah,
To me, that
yeah,
it's saying the same thing. Um,
yeah,
to me,
yeah. But you're not my average dude, Chris. You're not my
I
average
know, I
customer.
know, I know, I know.
You're the 10%
Okay.
freak, right? So-
Yep. Yep.
yeah, because
Okay.
when you put it in actual dollar numbers, it just does something. Like if you want a discount, for instance, here let me show you something else. This is like some business psychology for you. Like if you want a discount, if you want it cheap, and you negotiate a price at anywhere, and you go out and you lay down physical $100 bills to buy that thing, I mean, man, that trips their head up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just and it could be $1,500 on a credit card, and they don't even think about it because it's just.
Yep.
But you start laying out $1,500 bills on the counter, that, and then you pull it back, that
That's
freaks
why
them.
if you really want to budget, if you really want to get someone to learn to budget, you take away their credit cards and you make them use cash because
Yeah.
then they feel the money going through their hands,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it's so hard because so much of what we buy today does not require actual money to be moved around. It's
Right.
little bits and bytes going out on the internet, right? And so we
Yeah.
don't see the $500 here. I mean, I look at some of the sheer amount of money people spend on, I don't know, on a birthday gift, on a whatever Christmas gift or whatever, and I'm like, wow, how can you spend that much money? And then I realize, oh, because you don't think of it as money.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That's why Las Vegas is. That's why you go to Chips, man. They don't want you. They don't want you putting real money out there. You'll be like, holy crap.
And in the back of my mind, I'm seeing dollar bills in those chips. I'm seeing dollar bills in those bits and bytes. I mean, I'm seeing physical. Do you realize? It took me a long time to accept the fact that not a Happy Meal, a value meal or whatever they have went up to like $10 a meal, and I'm like, no, no, no. In the back of my mind, it's like this is only worth $5
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's the way when they first made them, that's what they were worth, right? So
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
mean, you
but
think that
yeah,
most people do not think that way, actually, and you can hack
uh
their
huh,
brain. And
yeah.
I'm just telling you, if you want to hack people, man, you go into a store and the mattress is $2,500, and you're like, listen, here's the deal. I need it for 1,500. They're like, you're insane. And you start laying out $100 bills on the countertop, and you're like, this is 15 reasons why you want to do this deal with me. And then you start pulling them back. Man, oh man, does that jack with their head?
We should try that next time I'm buying an appliance or something like that. No, that's a cool. I mean, it would be neat to see just to see how it works. Yeah, the whole thing when you're at a car dealership and a salesman comes up to you and says, "How much can you afford per month?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
right.
For me, that question is an insult.
Yeah,
It's
right,
like
exactly.
I don't think about how much I can afford per month. That's not how it
Yeah,
is. I can probably afford to buy the car outright. The question is,
yeah.
how much am I willing to pay?
Yeah,
It's a
right.
different
Most
thing.
people don't think that way. That most people don't. They're like, "Oh, everything's monthly budget, right? Oh, we could,
And we
I
wonder
could
why
do."
people have such a hard time with finances in America today.
Well, yeah,
When the
I know they're not.
economy's not good, this kind of thinking will help you make sure that you have money. It'll help you.
Yes,
I
yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
not going to fix the problem, but it will help.
yeah. Because when you have actually cash, you can't go below zero. I mean, man, they'll bury you in credit these days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So anyway,
this past several months, I'm feeding my bank account from a different bank account, and if I'm not on top of it, my account actually goes down to zero. I'm like, oh crap, because I don't have the paycheck coming in to feed it from the other direction, so I'm feeding it from this direction, and
yeah,
I'm not trained to think about it from that perspective because usually the income was enough that my
yeah,
spend never got that high, right? So
yeah, yeah. Exactly. So then, anyways, I'm using every bit of psychology I can possibly think of to get them to say yes. Yeah, let's put it on the card, right? If it's too difficult, what if we break it up into 4 payments? I mean, I'm gonna be doing everything that everybody else does.
I'm gonna go off on a quick tangent. Do you know
Okay.
this thing, this payment plan called Klarna?
I've heard of it. It's like the 4 payments or something. It's probably similar to
Yeah,
the other one.
basically it
Yeah.
splits up your payments, and basically though you don't have to wait to get it, right? So it's basically like an
Yeah.
alternate form of credit card payment in
Yeah. Right.
essence is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, and it got me to thinking about, when I was a kid and we used to have Kmart, right? Which is like a Target or
Oh
whatever,
yeah.
right? You'd have the Kmart, and people would buy things on layaway. And I wonder how many
Yeah.
people today know what a layaway is, right? It's like you would pay, you would agree to pay something on a regular basis, a certain amount, and then at the day you finished paying for the item, you got the item,
Yeah.
which
Right.
meant planning, which meant discipline, which meant all that kind of stuff. You know, but now instead we do it on some form of credit. You get the item immediately. This company Klarna apparently is showing defaults in payment of like around 20% right now
Oh my gosh.
because
Yeah.
people
That's
are
why the
having a
fees are
hard
so
time
high.
paying. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you don't understand. The rest of us have to pay for that because they're going to find a way to charge the paying
Yeah.
customers to compensate for these losses.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Things are getting more
Or
expensive, and now it's financial discipline, financial hygiene is really tough.